What did you learn?
Bruce Smith came up with another option. He said wrench. We gave him a lot of credit.
Yeah, you got it right. Wrench. Paulie, what did you learn?
NBA writer Joe Vard not getting swole with any yard time.
What did I learn, Todd?
Joe Varden says that the Clippers, not the Lakers, the team to beat in the Western Conference.
We're faced with new legal challenges, and legal help is here for you with LegalZoom.com. Network of independent attorneys give you advice whenever you need it. And since they're a law firm, you don't have to leave your home. Don't charge you by the hour. LegalZoom.com for more information. Thanks for joining us. We'll talk to you tomorrow here on The Dan Patrick Show. In times of stress and uncertainty, self-care is more important than ever. Quality sleep is one of the best methods to boost your physical and mental health. You know, Sleep Number provides these great beds, and it becomes part of the family. And they have sales going on all the time. You discover proven quality sleep for your health and well-being with the Sleep Number 360 smart bed. And right now, for a limited time, save up to $900 on select smart beds only at Sleep Number stores or sleepnumber.com/Patrick. Sleep affects our immune system. Getting a good night's sleep is one of the best ways to help prevent and recover from illness. And that means you're less prone to obesity, diabetes, heart disease, and depression. So why aren't you investing in the best bed that you can buy? You wake up feeling refreshed, and you have those moments where you go, wow, that was different. I had a great night's sleep. Learn more about the Sleep Number 360 smart bed. Right now, save up to $900 on select smart beds. Sleepnumber.com/Patrick.
Oh, my goodness. Clay Travis is back at it again. Did you hear this on Outkick the Coverage?
Why should fans care about this? Because I know that I will get probably emails. Look, this show, let me just take a minute here to pat Outkick on the back. This show is now the most listened to morning sports talk show in the entire country on radio, right? No one else has more listeners than we do. This show is about to start its 5th year. Why is this show doing so well? I think it's partly because we do a good job on this show of talking about issues in an intelligent way and treating our audience with respect. But I also think it's because other shows are so bad at actually talking about things that matter. And that, I just underlined, why should fans care? I think this is massively important. You hit on it too. When the NBA puts slogans on the back of jerseys, those games are airing in China. And China is going to take those slogans and they are going to use them as propaganda. And they are going to say, see, you don't need democracy. American democracy means black lives don't matter. Police in America kill people with impunity. America's not free. You're actually free. In other words, what the NBA is doing is allowing China to argue that American democracy is broken and that Chinese communism is the right for not only their country, but around the world. In many ways, the NBA is doing the bidding of a Chinese Communist Party, which they will.
To get the rest of what Clay Travis said, podcast it by searching Outkick the Coverage. And as always, you can hear Outkick the Coverage with Clay Travis weekdays at 6 a.m. Eastern, 3 a.m. Pacific, right here on Fox Sports Radio. This is The Odd Couple with Chris Broussard and Rob Parker.
You had a groupie on Twitter. She texted this: I already got invited to the bubble.
Wow.
Yeah, the season definitely ended early.
I'm not shocked, are you?
This is a woman. No. I mean, I'm a little shocked. This soon? My goodness. I talked to somebody in the league office the other day. There's one way in and one way out. So how you gonna sneak somebody in if it's one way in and one way out?
I don't know. Maybe they were on the food card. I don't know, Chris. There's always some way. Don't forget about all those women who work there.
Well,
they'll
that's
probably
what I
be in the.
I think
they'll be in the line.
I think the players are gonna be really, hitting on these women working there.
And
right?
then you want to talk about the buns in the oven. It'll be totally a different meaning.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Wow. I'm gonna leave that one alone.
This is The Odd Couple with Chris Broussard and Rob Parker. Weekdays at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific on Fox Sports Radio. Fox Sports Trending now.
Starting with NFL news, the Eagles and perennial Pro Bowl offensive lineman Jason Peters have agreed to terms on a one-year contract, $3 million of that guaranteed with up to $6 million in incentives. Despite playing left tackle most of his career, he's expected to play guard for Philly. And tomorrow's the deadline for NFL teams to reach long-term deals with their players on whom they use their franchise tag. The Titans and star running back Derrick Henry are not expected to reach a long-term deal by the deadline. Neither are the Cowboys and quarterback Dak Prescott. Dak likely to play under the franchise tag this season. NBA news. Rockets guard Russell Westbrook says he tested positive for COVID-19. He's in self-quarantine. And reigning WNBA MVP Elena Delle Donne has had a request to be medically excused because of Lyme disease rejected. I'm Deb Carson.
Isn't it about time for somebody's favorite radio program?
The Tony Bruno Show.
The man chosen to save American radio from its horrible future.
He didn't invent radio. He just perfected it.
Tony Bruno Show with Harry Maid.
Parental discretion is advised.
The godfather of sports radio.
It is a final.
Here is Tony Bruno.
Tony Bruno.
Hello. Hello there. Welcome to the show that never ends, Harry. It's Tuesday, July 14th, and I want to welcome everybody to National Nude Day, Harry. So we will be posting nudes of ourselves, all our social media today, and we encourage everyone to just let it flow. Just think of it as the 60s again. Think of it as the summer of love. They tried that in Seattle. It didn't work out so well. But back in the day, Live Aid, the 35th anniversary, Harry Mays, was just yesterday.
That was yesterday, yeah.
Remember Live Aid in
Sure.
1985? They had it here at the old JFK Stadium and then at Wembley in England. Mm-hmm. 2 concerts at the same time, man. The only thing better than 2 concerts at the same time, Harry, you know what that is, don't you?
Of course.
It is, in fact. If I could find it here.
2 chicks at the same
It
time.
would have worked better if I had the stinking thing right here.
I was just going to say that's a problem for a lot of men. They can't find it.
Oh,
Thank you. Thank you very much.
2 chicks at the same time?
Exactly, yes. Let me repeat.
2 chicks at the same time.
Anyway, we are now at the epicenter of the sports world, Harry. Who thought Orlando would be the big story in the bubble?
I watched a little soccer today.
Yeah, who thought soccer in Orlando would be the big story? Who thought that Cal's menu at Burger King and Cal Farts would be the top story?
Burger King still open?
Yes, they are. Well, in some locations.
I haven't been to one of those in 30 years.
Who would have thought that there was a coin shortage and now nobody wants coins anymore? Who would have thought that Dancing with the Stars would get rid of Tom Bergeron and Erin Andrews, of all people, Harry?
What's Dancing with the Stars?
That's a dumb show.
I have
people
a question,
go on.
though.
Yes.
Everybody's afraid of coins because supposedly it can carry germs.
No, it can't.
But coins would have less germs on it than paper money.
It's the dumbest thing ever.
It is.
Now all of a sudden there's a coin shortage. You know why? Because I have a couple of those 5-gallon
So do
water
I.
jugs full with pennies, nickels, quarters, and dimes. So if you don't want your coins, let me just make this. How about send them on bits? Bits, they're basically coins. They're
Right.
tips. So if you're on our Twitch stream, twitch.tv/Tony Bruno Show, people throw us a couple pennies here and there.
That's how we launder coins.
Exactly right.
Through Twitch.
Brilliant.
Yes.
So everybody, you don't want your coins anymore. The public, stores are not taking them anymore. You see a lot of stores are saying, we don't want coins. We're getting rid of them. So if you got those pesky coins sitting around in your little purse, like Robin has a little coin purse in her handbag, like women have to have 50 things in their handbags.
Sure.
Now guys put them in their fanny packs, Harry.
What?
Well, there's one guy. We have a
The
fanny
Merce.
pack update today, too, on this show. We
Fanny
got so
packs
much
are still
stuff.
around?
They're called Merces, Tony.
The dude that we have the greatest viral video that should have 1 billion views by now. This show is responsible right now. Before we get to that, I don't want to forget this story. Our man Ryan Rothstein this morning was in Atlantic City, near where he lives, and he's in line at a TD Bank to try to deposit a check, hope before it would cash or
bounce.
Or bounce.
Yeah.
If there weren't the necessary funds in the account. And that's happened in a lot of places
course.
there, Not in this place, though. So he's in line in his car because they had a car line. Let's go to Ryan Rothstein for this very important update, Harry.
So has anyone been at a bank yet
in the past
Yes,
month
I go to
during
a
the
bank today.
pandemic. Yeah, and it wasn't a nightmare?
A total nightmare because the ATM machine was shut down again. They had the Brinks truck guy working on it, so he tells me to go into the regular line. I go in the regular line, waited 15 minutes to deposit a stupid check.
Yeah, it's an absolute joke.
Yeah.
So I go down to TD Bank, I guess you can say in the heart of Atlantic City.
Yes.
There's the car line. You can't go inside, as Harry mentioned.
So there's two lanes that are normally drive-throughs.
Yes.
And so one lane, the drive-through lane, you were in, which is the outer lane, and then there's the one closest to the bank building where the windows are, is where actual people are standing there.
Right.
Yes.
So they're walking up to the drive-through on one lane, and the drive-through is actually working in the other lane because you can't go in the bank, right?
That's essentially going into the bank. That's how
Right.
this TD Bank
If
in
you need
Atlantic
to
City
see a
set it up.
person,
Yeah.
you have to go through
That's
this
the new
walk
normal
path.
now. You
Yeah.
talk
Not in
through
my bank.
thick
My-
bulletproof glass.
My
standing in
Citizens
the parking
Bank
lot.
allows me in there because they know who I am and they open the door. Mr. Bruno, come right on in.
Yeah, you're VIP. They roll out the
No,
red
I'm a
carpet for you.
citizen. I'm a good customer.
Well, exactly. I'm not a good customer, so I'm out here with,
The street rabble.
The street, yeah.
I'm showing the video for those of you watching on
You
Twitch.tv.
got to see this video,
Tony
folks.
Bruno
We
Show.
posted it all over our social media. At Tony Bruno Show on Twitter, at Harry Mays TU. You got to see this.
Ryan
because-
Rothstein, 33.
At Ryan Rothstein 33.
Thank you.
So you took this from your car.
Yep.
Nobody's getting shot. Nobody's getting beat up. It's just a dude in a line. A tall guy with skinny legs.
He's got a mask on.
He's got a mask on. He's got a backpack.
Right.
Like a Merce.
Is that a perm?
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
so.
you were there. I don't know.
Well, I don't
so.
know what qualifies
It's
as
almost
I
like
mean,
a
that
blonde
hair's-
Bob Ross wig.
Yeah.
That's basically
Yes.
what it is.
So he's got blonde hair, which is obviously bleach blonde.
Bushy,
Yeah.
but he's got beautiful hair.
He got beautiful hair. And he's brandishing is that a 3-wood or a driver?
That's a driver.
That's a full-blown,
That's a driver.
tailor-made driver. Beautiful driver with a cover head and everything.
Oh, and he's just walking around in the line. He's not threatening anybody with it. He's not going to hit anybody. He's just doing some soft swings, not taking full swings, Harry. He's just like loosening up
Right.
in the walk-through line at the drive-in line at a TD Bank in Atlantic City.
Right.
Now
It's like he's standing on the tee waiting for Ian Poulter to
Yes.
fart.
And
Exactly
just to be clear for our national audience,
Yes.
where this bank is located, the nearest golf course is not in walking distance. It's not around the corner. He's not going to a tee time in 20
Right.
minutes.
Is there a driving range nearby?
No. You have to get
What
on
does
a
he think he is?
highway.
Bob Hope at the when Bob Hope used to go up on stage for all the troops, and
Yeah.
he'd have the
driver,
He'd have
yeah.
the driver and pretend he was taking shots on top of this guy's in a drive-in line at a bank in Atlantic City.
Right.
And what makes it even better, so it was a mess. I was sitting in my car for about 40 minutes. So I posted this video, and at this point, 10, 15 minutes in, Tony retweets it, and then it really picks up a lot of steam. So when I finally move up, I start kind of interviewing the guy. And I'm like, yo, you should use a wedge instead of a driver. What's going on? Why do you have a driver
Well,
here?
I have the audio if we would like to play the second update
So
part.
this is after he sees the guy. Now he's pulled up, and you're actually right next to him. You're in the drive-through lane, and now you're basically parallel to him as he's waiting. He does have the club down, though. He has the head up, and he's got it down. The handle
He has the
part is
cover
down.
on now, too.
Well, now
Yeah.
he's closer to getting served, so
Right.
he puts the
Okay.
cover head back on.
You got enough little practice swings in,
Exactly.
yeah.
Let's go to the tape.
Let's go to the tape now.
You should have went wedge here instead of driver.
Shaking his head.
Trying to ignore you at first.
What do you got there? Yeah, you need to make some space. You need to get some swings in.
Does he have a personalized head cover?
The cops called you? Guy called on you?
Yeah, some douchebag decided he was going to be a college.
So you're saying some douchebag decided he
What,
was
because you were swinging the driver on the beach?
You know, because I was taking a couple of golf balls.
Into the ocean? Nice.
He was hitting golf balls into the ocean, Harry.
Right. Who's he think he is? Kramer?
Wait a minute. You can get the cops called on you for hitting discarded golf balls.
That's
X
probably
outs.
not the weirdest call the cops got in Atlantic City that morning.
Exactly. Right. Exactly.
That was my favorite part about that.
Did Phil Murphy run out there and tackle this guy and have him arrested?
No, I think Phil Murphy was doing chip shots while he was using the driver.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you thought there were just whack jobs walking around in New York City.
Unbelievable.
But look at it. Look how unfazed everyone else in line is.
I know.
Rothstein's the only one that thought this was a story.
That was a good interview.
Everyone
right there,
else is
though,
here.
man.
It's like normally I bring my driver with me.
Right.
Normally, if I'm talking to somebody out of my car window, it's ugly. I'm like yelling at the guy, giving him the finger, doing the hey, you go, and then we get out and then we throw down. That's what happens, you know.
Yeah, he went on to say that he typically hits the tee shot around 350, 360.
Is that right?
Yeah, off the tee.
Okay.
Oh,
He
yeah.
said for the past 20 years, he usually shoots around 75, 80. So he was
So
complete
should I
nutcase.
sprinkle on him at Memorial this weekend? Do I throw $5 on him?
I don't think he's in the field.
Any other player plus 3,000.
Anyway, so that's how the day started for Ryan Rothstein as he drove from Atlantic City into these studios here in South Philadelphia, where we are in the epicenter of shutdowns. If you think the governor of New York is out of his mind, or the governor of California who wants to shut things down, no schools this year, the teachers don't want to teach, the kids don't want to learn, Philadelphia Mayor Jim Kenney said, hold my beer. I mean, hold my keg of beer. The granddaddy of all shutdown kings is Jim Kenney, the mayor of Philadelphia, who oftentimes I take to Twitter to basically pants, disembowel, and point out to the world that this guy is the most pathetic loser of any government official in the history of the world.
Did he have his Bozo the Clown nose on when he
should.
put this message out?
So what did he do today? And this isn't political to me. This is personal. This is about living in a city that a guy – now, how is he going to use science to discuss this one? Because not only did the mayor – people are locking down cities again. They're telling everybody to wear masks. I get that. This mayor goes one further. Not only will the city not allow people to go out and gather, not to go to church and everything else, there will be no public gatherings in this city, Harry, until when? You figure Labor Day weekend? No. How about Thanksgiving with the Thanksgiving Day Parade? No. How about Christmas? How about the New Year's Day Mummers Parade, which this clown Jim Kenney, who used to march in it, wanted to get rid of last year because a couple of dopes had their faces painted in a Flyers thing, which was orange and black skit. And then the mayor went crazy and made it a national story. Now there will be no public gatherings until February 21st of 2021, Harry.
Wow.
Science.
Jeez.
It's amazing that this guy, a mayor, knows that the COVID will be done. There'll be a vaccine. There will be no more cases on February 21st, 2021, Harry. Dr. Fauci must be bowing before this guy. Can you imagine? And then the people in the city, but guess who's been affected? And we're going to talk to John McMullen about this later too, Harry. Guess who's going to be affected when it comes to sports, which is what we talk about primarily? The Philadelphia Eagles are not going to be allowed to bring fans into their stadium. Some teams are already said. Now, this is provided football is played.
Right.
But if the Eagles play, do you think Jeffrey Lurie is happy to know when other teams are announcing they're going to have 15,000 or 20,000 fans spaced out and they're, these people paid money for season tickets?
Some sort of limited capacity.
Exactly,
Yeah.
with all the proper precautions, wearing masks, social distancing, and all the other things. And now the mayor is basically telling the Philadelphia Eagles that they probably will not be allowed to bring fans into the stands. And guess what happened as a result of this? If you don't follow local news, Philadelphia Managing Director Brian Abernathy was the one who told the Philadelphia Inquirer this morning that, quote, we've been in communication with the Eagles. We have told them our expectations are that they don't have fans. Guess what happened shortly after Brian Abernathy, the city managing director, told that to the Philadelphia Inquirer? He resigned his job and walked out of City Hall.
I saw that.
So tell me right now that this guy who's supposed to be making these big decisions was told to make the decision and tell the Eagles, but his boss, Jim Kenney, the mayor, and he obviously didn't agree, so Kenney pretty much pushed him out the door.
Yeah, it says here, NFL guidelines, quote, remind teams that local authorities have the ability to ban fans, end quote. That's right off of Pro Football Talk.
Yeah, and Pro Football Talk picked it up from the Inquirer.
Yeah.
But the Eagles will be permitted to play like all the teams are in their own bill, like the baseball teams are. The Eagles are supposed to play.
Mm-hmm.
But now the mayor has determined that the Eagles can't have any fans in the stands, even though other cities can. and the people in this city still pay attention to this guy? I'm sure Jeffrey Lurie is going to be real happy. Yeah, Jim, whatever you want, buddy.
Sure.
Come on, let me give you your own box. Let me build a statue in front of the stadium in your honor. You moron. He is a crumb creep coward, Harry.
He's a clown.
He's a lush. I could tell he was a lush by just looking at him. Anyway, we'll get into that with John McMullen. A lot of football news today, Harry. Plus, we got some college football news coming up. Dan Wolken from USA Today is going to join us, and we'll discuss what's going on with the college situation.
Yeah, and it's not good.
No. It's everything's a disaster out here. That's why we're here, to calm the waters, Harry, and play videos of guys with drivers standing in line at a bank ATM line. Stick around. We're coming right back.
Play action reel.
See, the thing that Florio messed up in this story, because he wants to be first and not factual, he posted this at 2:39 this afternoon, not that long ago, right? This Abernathy guy resigned like 4 hours ago. After this story appeared in the Philadelphia Inquirer this morning, Brian Abernathy, the guy who's quoted in the Inquirer story, which Mike Florio basically swiped and put on his site because he doesn't have actual news that he got himself. He has to rely on other news sources to give him a story.
He's an aggregator.
Yes, he is. He's an aggravator to me. I don't like the guy,
He's
Harry.
a jerk-off.
Well, he is a jerk-off, and he's a strapper.
Now, Tony, play action reel. We need to give a shout-out to his brother-in-law who is listening, but apparently he's too shy to get on the Twitch stream.
Why?
So
Does he got a Kaja Gugu song playing in the background?
At New York Jets _1968. Great year. Fantastic year, by the way.
Great.
Come on here. Most of these guys are pussycats. There's a few not so much, but, you can ignore them.
Exactly.
And we love to see new people on here, so.
You know what happens if you're too shy? We have to play that song by Kaja Gugu.
Hush,
Even
hush,
Joe C knows that. He
Idlewild.
used to play that, didn't you? Kaja Gugu, a medley of their hits. They didn't have any other hits, did they?
Darth Gnome, thank you for subscribing.
Wait, Robin, I can't hear the
Sorry.
answer. The lead singer of Kaja Gugu went on to do what?
He did the singer did I believe the theme song to the Neverending Story.
Oh, I think you're right. Yes,
but I think it's solo, not with.
Yeah.
Because I think Kaja Gugu shortened the name down to like Kaja to try to sound a little more serious.
Yeah. I think. Why am I hearing something in the background?
I have the speaker open over here.
Fanatic Philly. Why, thank you. If anybody is listening and they need somebody to do voiceovers, I am available to do voiceovers. Huh?
You sent it, right? Robin, we're trying to do a goddamn segment, getting ready for the next segment here.
Yes, sir. I am talking to our chat room.
I don't care. They can sit there and wait. That's what they do. They sit there. What do they say? Keep your mouth shut. What's the wrestling
Know
one?
your role and
know
shut
your
your
role
mouth.
and shut your mouth.
Stay in your lane.
And stay in your lane.
At the Tony
It's
Bruno
4:15
Show.
a.m. I was doing my taxes.
This is why there is a T-shirt. Damn it, Robin. Which is available on the TonyBrunoShow.com
Kaja Gugu
store.
did not sing the Miami Vice theme.
No, I don't think so.
Jan Hammer, but there was no vocal. It was an instrumental.
Yeah. Jeff Bruder, we sit here and wait and get ignored. No, you do not, Jeff Bruder.
But remember, during the breaks, we have a show to do. This isn't a Twitch show only.
We are prepping.
It is not a Twitch show at all, if you ask
Sons
me.
of bitches.
We are prepping. So you're seeing behind the scenes. So we do read. We just can't always talk to you.
Don't hand me no lines and keep your
hands
to yourself.
Don't hand me no. Oh.
You know who did that song, right?
And here's just a little reminder to all of those people that are
Georgia Satellites.
Yes, the Georgia Satellites is correct, Harry.
Yeah.
That was the Tony Bruno, Harry. That was the Gary Radnich opening theme song to my
was?
segment for 17 years.
bye to everybody
Welcome
except for
back
Twitch.
to the Tony Bruno Show with Harry Mays on SiriusXM 211.
Oh, man. I got to keep the energy going, even during the breaks, Harry. I got the Twitch stream giving me crap. We're trying to set up the next segment. We got important stuff here. I got to get material that I need. We got a guest coming on. You know, we just don't sit here and just ad-lib and free range here. We're not chickens. But anyway, we'll continue to bash the mayor of Philadelphia and make him a national disgrace.
Well, he's already done that.
Yeah, but a lot of people don't know what
We
a
need
clown
to